Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today let's learn about the concept syllogisms. Syllogism problems mainly focus on drawing a conclusion or conclusions from two or more given statements or premises, which are assumed to be true. Like here, for this kind of problems, the given statements should be assumed true even if they contradict the known universal facts. A standard or a basic syllogism problem consists of three main parts, that is, major premise, a general statement, minor premise, a specific statement, and a conclusion, which is a logical result. For example, all men are humans. It is a general statement. Ramu is a man is a minor premise or a specific statement. Ramu is a human is called a conclusion. Here there are some general types of statements, universal affirmatives, like for example, all x are y. Universal negatives, like no x is y. Particular affirmatives, like some x are y. And particular negative, like some x are not y. There are some validity rules which one should keep in mind before solving the problems. They are: if both the premises are negative, no conclusion can be drawn. If both the premises are negative, no definite conclusion can be drawn. If one premises is negative, the conclusion must be a negative. A term cannot be distributed in the conclusion if it is not distributed in the premises. If all the statements are positive, then negative conclusion is impossible and vice versa. There are some common methods for solving this kind of problems. Those are Venn diagrams and 150 method. But Venn diagrams are more popular and very easy for solving these problems. Some relative terms and synonyms for solving this kind of problems are deductive reasoning, logical argument, categorical reasoning, and inference. Some common types of problems are categorical, like all x are y, conditional, if x then y, disjunctive, either x or y. Remember some key tips while drawing Venn diagrams. Like for example, if all x are y, please draw all the part of x inside y. If some x are y, there are two possibilities, like some x is overlapped with y and some is not overlapped, or the total of y is completely inside the x. No x is y. Both the x and y circles should be separate. Some x are not y. X and y should overlap as in second case, and the whole of y should be inside the x. Only a few means some are and some are not. If a conclusion says x is a possibility, it is true only if one valid scenario can be drawn using Venn diagrams. In either or cases, look for the complementary pairs, like some A are B and no A is B, or all A are B and some A are not B. Here, at least one must be true. Now, here is a gist of conclusions using a statement like definite and possible conclusions. First one, suppose a statement all x are y. Then the definite conclusions can be all x are y, some x are y, some y are x. And the possible conclusions are all y are x. This is when x is equal to y. Some y are not x. Suppose a statement some x are y, then the definite conclusions can be some x are y and some y are x. The possible conclusions are all x are y, all y are x. This is possible when x is equal to y. Some x are not y and some y are not x. Suppose a statement some A are not B. The definite conclusions are some A are not B. And the possible conclusions some A are B, no A is B, no B is A, some B are not A, all B are A. Suppose a statement no x is y. Definite conclusion no x is y, no y is x, and possible conclusion, no possibility is true. As in the previous case where we have discussed, if there is a negative statement, then there can be no possible conclusion. Here, if you observe, for all the definite conclusions, the statement itself is one of the conclusion, and there can be other definite conclusions which are also a part of it. Keeping all the above facts and statements in mind, let us try to solve a couple of examples here. Here in the example 1, there are three given statements. Statement 1, some pencils are pens, all pens are scales, and all scales are erasers. And the conclusions are all pens are erasers, some scales are pencils, some pencils are erasers. So we will do a solution using a Venn diagram. First, we draw here for the statement 1. Some pencils are pens. So, some of the pencils is overlapped with pens. When we combine statement 1 and 2, in statement 2, all pens are scales. So, all the pens should be inside the scales. So, we draw a circle which for scales which is covering all the pens. Now, if we combine statement 1, 2 and 3, all scales should be inside the erasers. So, this is the possible diagram. And now we see the conclusions. All pens are erasers. Here we can observe that all the pens are inside the eraser. So, conclusion 1 is true. Some scales are pencils. So, here the possibility the scales is somehow overlapping with pencils, and this is also true. And the conclusion 3, some pencils are erasers. So, here we observe that some pencils are overlapping with the eraser, and this statement is also a true. Now let's take one more example for some either or case conclusions. Statements are like all lawyers are educated and some educated are researchers. And here the conclusions go, some researchers are lawyers, and either some lawyers are researchers or all researchers are lawyers. We will do solution using Venn diagrams. For the statement 1, we draw a Venn diagram where all lawyers are inside the educated. And for the statement 1 and 2 combined, there are some possible examples, some possible Venn diagrams. Here one example is the researchers does not touch the lawyers, and the other possibility is some of the researchers are overlapped with the lawyers. Now we come to a conclusion part. First conclusion, some researchers are lawyers. Some researchers are lawyers. So there are two possibility, and in that one of the possibility is true. And there is the other possibility which is not true. So it is not a definite conclusion. So it is false. And for the second conclusion, either some lawyers are researchers or all researchers are lawyers. Here one statement is true. So here the solution is the conclusion 2 only stands true and the conclusion 1 is not true. As we have discussed earlier, for either or cases, a conclusion is true only if there is one possible scenario which can be drawn. And here there is a possible scenario that some lawyers are researchers, and in the conclusion 2 there is a term that some lawyers are researchers, and so the conclusion 2 holds true. And in some conclusion 1, some researchers are lawyer is a false statement because it is a definite statement. Here, while solving these kind of problems, we have to observe the conclusions, like whether it is a definite statement or a possible one. Definite statements, like in this case for the conclusion 1, it should be true when all the possible cases are holding good for the conclusion. But in case of the conclusion 2, in either or cases, if one possible diagram is holding good, then the statement or conclusion can be considered as true. This way we can solve the problems on syllogisms using some logic. Hope you understand the concept. Please comment your doubts if any, and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thanks for watching.